All right, topic this week, when things go wrong. Okay, first of all, this is the FBTV Podcast. We do it every Wednesday morning, or we try to get it up Wednesday morning. Saturday morning, don't forget Saturday mornings, we do the FBTV Podcast. We live stream it on YouTube, 9 a.m. Central Time. Tune in on Saturday mornings and be part of it. Saturday mornings are reserved for Q&A, questions and answers. You can ask questions. We'll answer them during that podcast. If you got questions, you can leave it below in the comments area. We'll be happy. We'll get them, and we'll answer it during the Saturday morning podcast. Or if that don't work for you, email us. Email me at fbtv@freightbrokertv.com. Forums on our website. Matter of fact, I've been telling you this for a month or so. That's getting ready to come down and be redesigned. We just haven't got around to it yet. But if you ever go there and it's not there, well, we'll have a page up saying, hey, we'll be back soon. Under construction or something like that. But freightbrokertv.com, we got forums all over the website. Skype. Yeah, we're on Skype. If you got Skype, FBTV, just do a search for FBTV and put us on your contacts list. But you can call using Skype, or you can text message us using Skype. Again, just do a search for FBTV. You'll find us. All right, when things go wrong, things as a broker, when you're a broker, you're going to be working with the loads. You got a customer over here, you got trucks over here, you're the intermediary. And there are all kinds of ways things can go wrong that you have no control over. Truck breaks down. Maybe the customer, they're changing something on the load after you already got the truck. Now you got to go back to the truck and renegotiate that stuff. Maybe the truck had an accident. Whatever. When things go wrong, what do you do? First thing is communication. Communication's the name of the game. When things go wrong, this is an excellent time to build a better customer relationship. It really is. It's actually a great time, too, to build a solid carrier relationship as well, because when things go wrong, people are looking at you to see how you handle it. I had a client at Tautoa. I'll tell you more about Tautoa in a moment, but had a client that something went wrong. It wasn't that big of a deal. They booked a load. The truck was getting loaded, and the shipper, it wasn't the customer of the load, but where the shipper, where they were picking up the load, they were trying to overload the truck. And the truck was saying, no, you can't do that. And, well, the trucking company called the broker, which was my client. And what happened was they got rattled. Things were going wrong. They turned their phone off. They just backed away from the situation. Didn't do anything. Well, this client, they were in the at the time one of our agent programs, and the trucking company was able to contact us. And all it was just they said, hey, they're trying to overload the truck. It was one simple phone call. One simple phone call. Everything was taken care of. Everything was taken care of. When we finally got a hold of the client, the agent, the broker agent, explained to him they were a nervous wreck. They didn't know what to do. They didn't even realize, hey, pick up the phone and call your consultant. Call your brokerage. Call somebody. Get help. When things go wrong, you don't turn your back to it. You don't turn your phones off. You don't shut down. You don't call it a day. Understand that as a broker, when you're working a load, the trucking company, they depend on you. The trucking company depends on you. If something goes wrong, they need help, they need assistance, whatever it might be, you're their go-to. Your responsibility for that load does not cease until that load completes. So up until that time, you are the go-to. Now, a trucking company calls you. Hey, listen, our truck went in the shop. We're not going to be able to pick that load up today, but we can get it tomorrow. Okay, what do you do? All right, well, you call your customer. Hey, Mr. Customer, just want to give you a heads up. The truck just called me. They're not going to be able to get in there this afternoon. Their truck went down. It's in the shop, but they'll be able to pick it up in the morning as soon as they get their truck back. Your customer will 99.9% of the time have no problem with that at all. You communicated. I had one customer trying to put in extra stops after we had already booked a truck. Can't do that. Well, you can, but it turns into a nightmare. I had to call the trucking company. Hey, man, I'm sorry, but this customer's, they're redoing this whole load. They're adding extra stops. You may not want it. And they didn't, because the extra stops was now going to slow them down by 24 hours of their intended destination. They had to back out of the load. We had to go find another truck to do it. Customer wasn't happy, but it was their fault. You can't do a deal and then change it midstream. I had a load move here a while back. This was comical. All right, the load had 2 stops on it. Was it 2 stops? Maybe 3 stops. Maybe 2 picks and 2 drops, something like that. And we got a call from the customer wanting to know why the load didn't deliver at that one destination. The drop, it never got delivered. The load that was supposed to deliver at that extra stop made it to the final destination. It was delivered there. They wanted to know why. Well, don't know. Well, this trucking company used a factoring company, and we got the load confirmation that they used for the factoring company that we had prepared, sent to that carrier. Because what a carrier is doing, understand, is when they finish the load confirmation the broker provided to that trucking company is going to be part of the invoice when they invoice that broker to get paid. Well, we noticed on the load confirmation it was missing the extra stop. The load confirmation the trucking company presented to the factoring company did not match ours. The trucking company had photoshopped one of the extra stops out of the load confirmation we had provided them. They photoshopped it, took out the extra stop, gave it to their factoring company so they could get paid by the factoring company, and I guess they hope it flew or whatever. They didn't want to make the extra stop. They got lazy. I mean, the thing is, we were in contact with the customer. We were in contact with the factoring company. There was nothing to get in contact with the carrier about once we noticed what they had done. I'm sure the factoring company took care of that issue with that trucking company. I mean, it's nuts out there. When things go wrong, right now things are going way wrong. And if you're a broker and you're doing due diligence on your carriers, you got to remember Photoshop. Photoshop is everywhere. There are wannabe Photoshop programs out there that are pretty much free. Back 2008, when fuel prices did this, a lot of trucking, not a lot, but desperate trucking companies, several desperate trucking companies, they had photoshopped their Accord, their insurance Accord, to make it look like they still had insurance, another month or so on their insurance, the expiration date. Do you know how dangerous that is? If that truck was to get out there and get into an accident or something happened to that cargo, and that load was really not insured, and by the way, brokers, that's where your contingent cargo comes in. Do you know how terrible that would be for everybody involved? I mean, the nightmare. When things go wrong. So, times like these, you should be doing it all the time if you're a broker. Call the insurance company. If you get an Accord from a trucking company, and it's showing you as the certificate holder, you should call the insurance company anyway to verify that you are an insurance or a certificate holder on that carrier's accord or policy. It's one phone call, 15 seconds. Yep, you're a holder. That way you know that everything on the document. Well, actually, you could even request that the insurance company send you a new accord showing you as the certificate holder. You can prevent things from going wrong is what I'm talking about. Communication, checks, double checks. You've got to do this. It's just amazing. Matter of fact, there's a story, and we'll probably talk more about it Saturday, because I'm looking at this, and it's mind-boggling. What these load boards are saying, what the ATA is saying, it's just mind-boggling what they're talking about. As a matter of fact, let's put that off because we've gone about a half hour already today. But we'll get to that anyway. When things go wrong, that's going to be our point of focus on Saturday, just in case you are wondering, because it's off the wall. It's off the wall. Fuel prices. And it goes back to what I was just talking about, insurance courts and things like that. But anyway, we'll get to that. Anyway, my name is Mike. I am the host of FBTV Podcast. Our video podcast, Saturday mornings, you can find on YouTube, 9 a.m., live stream. But I'm also the lead consultant at Taltoa, TALTOA.com. Taltoa, we are a transportation and logistics training and consulting firm. We specialize with freight brokers, freight broker agents, trucking companies, working with those type of businesses. We have consulting packages for freight brokerage companies. We have training and consulting packages as well. Maybe you're someone wanting to get into the transportation industry, maybe start out as a freight broker agent, which we recommend to everybody. We got videos all over the place explaining why. You can call me and ask me, and I'll explain to you why as well. But we have training and consulting packages. Now, somebody always asks, they always say, hey, your school, what's different between your school and their school? Well, first of all, we're not a school. A lot of these schools, they pat you on the back, say, hey, congratulations, good luck, see you later. We're a consulting firm. Yeah, we have packages that include in-depth, hands-on training that is no travel or on-demand, your choice. But once you complete the training, you can enter our mentorship program. It's part of the package for a period of time, depending on the package you chose, anywhere from 3 to 12 months. In that mentorship program, when you get into the mentorship program, you are a freight broker agent working through us under our licensed brokerage. That way you can get out there. We're overseeing everything you do, making sure you're crossing the T's, dotting the I's, here to help you, assist you, make recommendations, talk you through problems, answer whatever questions you may have. You're able to earn a commission on your loads, just like a freight broker agent. The mentorship program pays 60% on load net, which is the profit on the load. But more than that, you're getting the real-life experience, and you're able to start building your customer base. Customer base is yours. Matter of fact, even if you don't talk to us, maybe you go someplace else, you get a contract with the brokerage, or you're looking for a contract with the freight broker as an agent, make sure there is nothing in that contract that would not allow you to continue working the customers you brought into that company while you were contracted. Your customers should be your customers. They're yours. When you leave, your customers should go with you. A lot of people ask me about that. Well, why would a customer want to, why wouldn't they stay with that broker? Because the customer is not buying the brokerage. They're buying you. They're buying you, the individual. You're the one that takes care of them. You're the one that gets, their trucks. You're the one that makes sure everything's right. It's you. This all goes part of that customer service. We go through that in training as well. But even when you exit the mentorship program and you go out on your own, be it as a freight brokerage, or maybe you get a contract with a freight brokerage as an agent, your consulting period continues. Again, the length of that period will be dependent on the package you choose. That could be anywhere from 3 to 12 months. But anyway, check us out, taltoa.com, TALTOA.com. If you got questions about anything you see there, feel free to call me. I'll be happy to talk to you. Again, my name is Mike, 479-668-0838.